I can tell you myself, I touched the bottom. I was about to give up. It was very, very close to give up. But that is the moment actually when you realize, no, absolutely no. For me, it's more maybe because I want to show everyone I'm not going to fail. That's it. So I just keep going, because if you keep going...
Welcome to season 8 of Recipe to Success. Gosh, I can't even believe we've made it this far. This is our 6th year, guys. I have a big favor to ask before we get into the episode. Please make sure you subscribe. This is going to be the biggest season yet. We've got Netflix stars to real estate moguls to content creators to franchise operators and everything else in between. This is the most valuable content on the internet. We don't do sponsorships. We make sure that we're creating content for you guys to enjoy, for you guys to learn, for you guys to benefit from. And most importantly, we don't do filler episodes. We make sure that every single episode you get is a valuable episode that you're truly going to learn from. So don't forget to subscribe. I hope you enjoy the episode. Welcome to another episode of Recipe to Success. Today, I'm joined by the real estate queen, aka the Italian royal person.
Thank you,
Fabrizia, yes. I had to add the little pronunciation, Fabrizia,
yes,
not just a boring pronunciation.
I know, Fabrizia Lucia Franceschetti.
Wow.
I know, it's a bit Franceschetti spaghetti, that's why I'm Italian, you know.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
For anyone that doesn't know who you are, why don't you give us a bit of an introduction?
So, of course, I work in real estate. I moved to Dubai around 7 years ago. I own my real estate company. I'm the CEO on Fabrizia Real Estate Elite Real Estate. So, I have a nice team. I used to have actually a very big team, but now we're like a boutique, VIP boutique. It's much better, it's less headache, and you make much more money. So, and sometimes, okay, now I'm going to everywhere, but
of course.
I like to talk. So sometimes when you have too many employees, you become a slave with them. So it's better to have a small, because before I had like even 50 agents last year, but it doesn't work. I think it's old school. There is a lot of companies, I don't want to say names, that they have 200, 600 agents. I think it's too much. It's good to go as a start to get a very good training, and then you should move around in a small company. And because in a small company, there are only agents that they work for, like, they are super expert. They're amazing. Like, my agents are amazing. They know what to do. They know how to treat my clients. Anyway, go back to Fabrizia. So Fabrizia, I was born and raised in next to Milan, Italy. My blood from my mom is South Italy, next to Sicily. I don't know if you've been to Italy.
I've been to Milan.
Okay, you should come to South Italy.
I would love to. I mean, I watch all the Godfather movies and all of this. I love it.
South Italy is amazing. The food is amazing, and the people are more friendly. Where can I start? So, when I moved to Italy, out of Italy around 2010, I was 20 something. And in England, by the way, UK.
Wow.
Because at that time, I used to be a ballerina, professional ballerina. But then I had a problem in my back, spine, and then I will talk about this. So I stopped it. And my father, at that time, he found me a job in Christie's. You know Christie's auction? It's very, very famous. So, but in Milan. And they want me to speak very well English. My English was zero. So I told my father, listen, you want me to learn very fast? I need to go somewhere where they speak. And he said, of course, choose whatever you want. I will pay for everything. So I choose, I don't know how, Brighton. Very nice city.
Lovely place.
It was very nice. I had so much fun in that time. And I moved there, and I was in a family house. I did this 1 month college school of full immersion English. But after 1 month, I realized I don't want to go back to Italy. I still didn't learn enough. So I told my father, listen, I am not going to come back. And he said, okay, you want to stay? Then you do yourself. I'm not going to pay any extra. He told me not to harm me. He told me because he thought I'm gonna come back, you know. But because I'm very ambitious, I'm very determined, I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna stay. I left the school because it was very expensive, and I started to work as a housekeeping in a hotel. So I used to wake up every morning, going to work at 5 a.m. English was still not the best, and then I started to work as a waitress as well. I remember I used to hide myself behind the bar because I couldn't understand any English, and the clients were calling me, but I couldn't understand. So it was very hard at the beginning, you know. And then I stayed 1 year in England. I learned slowly English, and then I wasn't decided either to go to America or Australia. At that time, I didn't know anything about it. So till now, my mother, she's telling me, you told me you're going to Australia for 3 months, and then I stayed 6 years. I moved to Australia 6 years, and I started from zero even there. My English was still not the best, and when you go there, English, Australian is another word. Like at the beginning, I was like
Different accent and everything.
completely words different, but then I learned very fast, and I was working as a waitress. Actually, if you want me to tell from the beginning, it was very hard to find a job, and the first few months I was staying in a hostel, in a dormitory full of girls, and I remember still passing by some mouse or rats, really, really basic, you know. And I remember I almost finished my money, and I had one of my last night in the hostel, and then I managed to find a job as a waitress. So slowly I working, tips, and I learned to talk with people, and then I became assistant of the manager of this place. It was amazing, and in the meantime, I had some time off to travel. So with all the money that I was making, I was traveling a lot. For example, 1 month in China, but when I was traveling in China, I was traveling in the middle, so I was going with the old train, bus, people wouldn't even speak English. I went to Malaysia 1 month, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam 1 month. I traveled in Vietnam with motorbike. So, and I lived 1 year in Thailand, barefoot, completely barefoot. 7 months in India, where I learned.
Wow, you're Miss International, aren't you? At this rate, you're international.
Yeah, somehow, yes. I don't know. No, my home, I believe, inside of my heart, of course, is always Italy, but now I call home Dubai, 100%. Yeah, but yeah, I taste all the countries.
So Italy, UK, Australia.
England, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, India, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, China,
Wow.
America as well. America, I did the 60-60 road, you know,
Route
from
66.
Chicago to Santa Monica. It took me 12 days with a car. It was amazing.
So in these places, you lived in all these places?
No, when I was going 1 month, it was just traveling, like exploring, backpack, like really gypsy. And when I lived in Thailand for 1 year and 7 months in India, where I became yoga teacher, Reiki master. So I literally touch like the basic in order for today, it made me who I am today, I think. Because I understand how maybe to balance this crazy fast life in Dubai, in real estate, you know, it's a lot going on here, you know that.
Of course.
And after 6 years in Australia, you know, I decided to go back 2 years in Italy. I had to somehow. I worked there for 2 years in TV, and then it was already back in my mind. Dubai was here. And then after 2 years, I said to myself, I'm gonna go to Dubai. So when I just arrived, COVID kicked in straight away. So I was like, how am I gonna do it? There is no job. You cannot do anything. So I reinvent myself, and I start to sell. I went to the tailor in Satwa, imagine. And we made luxury face mask with the glitters, but very, very nice. And I made a few collection, and I started to sell on Instagram, and it went very well, by the way.
Wow.
Very local style. So, and then when COVID finished, I started to do interviews. Actually, even doing the interviews, I did first I had a problem on my spine, so I did the surgery. So I couldn't walk for a while.
Because of the
The
ballerina.
ballerina, yeah, it was too much. When I do something, I do 100% too much. And I remember I used to have a old Russian teacher who used to tell me, one, with the legs, like here, 1, 2, like very, very strong. So, and I got my discipline from that, 100%. And determination as well. So, and then I did my surgery. I reborn after that. And during COVID, I even lived 1 year on the yacht with my ex-boyfriend. Yes, my ex-boyfriend was born and raised here, but not, from here. Was
Not Emirati.
Not Emirati, yeah. And it was a good experience. Then finally I said to myself, I should start and find a proper job. So finding that I'm good, with my back. So I did a lot of interviews and no one was hiring me because of my tattoo. This was like 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. Not because of my tattoo. And it was, Dubai changed a lot in the past 1 or 2 years. 1 or 2 years is like this. And, but today I thank these people because otherwise I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be Fabrizia, who is today the real estate and the face of real estate. So one day how I started real estate, one day I received a call from an agency and they told me, you should come here for an interview. And I was like, for what? Real estate. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna sell houses, it's not my thing. And they convinced me. And in the end I went there, they convinced me so much, they even gave me a salary for the first 3 months. It was like,
That's unheard of, yeah.
It's actually very rare to happen. And my first month, I became top seller in that agency. And then slowly, when I start to get my first commission, I invested in the videos. That time I met this social media manager, and I told him I want to cover my tattoo. I don't know maybe it's bad. Maybe it's going to be, I don't know what is going to happen. And he said, no, be yourself. Trust me. So I did the video. I posted it and it blew up straight away. Like it was crazy. Like my life completely changed from one day to another. Of course, everyone see from one day to another, but behind there is a lot of hard work.
Of course.
Of years of preparation. It's...
It took you many years to become an overnight success.
Of course. And obviously you need to be... you need to be yourself. It's very important. I even tattooed here, be yourself, because if I wouldn't be myself, I wouldn't be here, 100%. This is Fabrizia. And also, so what happened? I start to receive, real estate agents are really hungry for leads. At that time, I was as well. But then overnight, I start to receive 500 messages per day between TikTok and Instagram. And I was like, what I'm going to do? I was giving leads for free to my colleagues. And I hired straight away an assistant to reply my messages. And I was like, wow, what's happening? And slowly, by the time passing, I realized when I actually made it, it's working. When clients a normal real estate agent, they trying to chase clients, and when they call them, maybe they say, can I get you a bit of your time, please, blah, blah, blah. And normally with me, they really chase me to talk to me clients, and when they finally they do it, first of all, they complimented me, and second of all, they say, thank you for giving me your time, Fabrizia. So meaning personal branding, you can sell like this. It's much faster. Of course, you have knowledge as well. You have to. It's not only like beauty and everything, but at the beginning was, I can say, I used to, before becoming Fabrizia today, I used to watch those real estate top agent on Instagram. And I was like, one day I will be like them, or even more. And at the beginning, I had a lot of competitors. Like, they didn't like it because it really was from one day to another. It was crazy. But then slowly, they actually, when we see each other events, they ask me to collaborate, they hug me, how are you? So I'm part of the gang now.
You're approved.
Yes, I'm approved.
So I want to talk about your tattoos, actually, on the topic of
Yeah.
tattoos. You mentioned that was almost a bit of a hindrance when you were doing interviews. When did you get the tattoos and what inspired it?
Okay, my first tattoo was actually it's covered. It was a butterfly. I was 18 years old, but after that, it was the geisha behind here. I did in Thailand. It was bamboo, and I did. I think I was 25. Now I'm 39. So imagine, long time ago, and I did for how long? It was 6 days, 10 hours a day, 6 days straight.
What?
Because I didn't have time. At that time I used to live in Australia. So, and in Australia you have a very particular visa. You cannot leave the country too much. I had a student visa. So I had only 4 weeks a year to go out. So on my way back to see my family, I stopped 6 days, 7 days in Thailand. I want to do that. I did it. My skin was so swollen, but I didn't get any fever, nothing. I was just trying to meditate during the time, but it was amazing.
But what inspired it? Like who,
I think, okay,
especially the
geisha-
neck one.
Neck one, it was 7 years ago. So I believe, we want to know in general. So geisha, I believe, because geisha is very strong woman. Everyone think it's just the escort, but it's not. In the end of the day, they say geisha walks behind the man, but walks behind the man because she's she has a lot of money in their pocket, so that's why she's lower, because she takes care of all the financial side. Also, geisha, she's a muse. Like, she knows how to dance, she knows how to sing, she knows. In the end of the day, she's a strong woman. This one was on one of my last.
Because the rest you can obviously, if you go to an interview, you can cover it up. But when you
Yeah.
get a neck tattoo, that's probably when you
I
make that
did-
decision and you don't go back.
Yeah, I did it before knowing to move to Dubai, so I didn't know.
You didn't think it was going to be a problem.
No, and then, but it was a problem in the beginning, but a good problem.
Yes. And maybe that was partially why you blew up online, because sometimes
100%.
something out of the ordinary, isn't it?
100%, of course, of course. I was the first one with a tattoo, just making videos, real estate. And it helped me also to sell more, because investors at that time, most of the investors are overseas. So when they told me, when I was doing Zoom call or calls, they told me, I choose you because I realized, I thought Dubai was closed-minded, but when I saw you selling with a neck tattoo, I was like, okay, Dubai is normal. It's for everyone. So I decided to invest.
Wow.
It was, yeah, very, very, it helped me in many things, I think. And it's a full package. My accent as well, I think. I have a pretty face, and then, of course, after the knowledge, the discipline, the consistent, don't give up, it's very important.
Very good. So now
But this one I want to
oh,
tell
yeah, please,
you.
yeah.
Sri Yantra, it's called.
What's it called?
Sri Yantra.
Okay.
It's called, it's a sign, a symbol, very strong energy. But you ask me why I did tattoo. I think because I've been thinking about it. I think because when I was kid, I started school very young, at 5 years old instead of 6 years old. And the teachers kept saying to my mother, your daughter is very slow, your daughter, she's not gonna make it this year, she's not gonna make it, she's not gonna make it. And they sit this in my head, and they made me feel I'm small, I'm never enough, I remember even something, if I can say, I'm talking
course.
a lot, but when I was kid and during the school, I think I was 6 years old, a teacher asked us they give us a paper with an empty human body. And they tell us, draw what you think it's inside of the human body. And what I did at that time, it was, other kids that were putting like lungs and stuff. I did the heart with a lot of channels outside, everywhere in the head. And they were, I wish I can find the draw, because it's like from here was connected to here. And if you see like on internet or Google, if you Google something like that, you will find spiritual stuff. I believe I knew already that there was a lot of energy going on in our body. And I remember the time the teacher screamed at me. She was so angry. And I was like, why? I see this. And I believe nowadays, if a kid draws something like that, they will say he's a genius. You understand? It's like I could see already the soul of the energy of the body. So I believe why I did the tattoos, I think because I wanted to look stronger, because I couldn't when I was kid. I believe subconsciously it was that. I want to look like a badass. But in the end of the day, I'm not a badass. I'm just a normal girl. You
So
know?
spirituality, you had an understanding of it at such a young age, and I guess that has then gone on to be very important in your life.
Yeah.
How? Let's say someone who doesn't know anything about spirituality, how has it impacted your life?
For me, good question. So for me, I did my journey. I did my journey in India and in Thailand. I'm still doing it in a different way, with a different awareness, because we're living in this world, with materialistic world. I believe some people, they go too deep and they lose themselves, they get lost, and because they want to escape the reality. I believe if I'm sitting right now in this chair, with this table, with this iPhone 17 Pro Max, I believe there is a reason. God brought us here because He want me to use this phone. Of course, you need to have a balance, but those people that they are too much, like no shoes, and I did my journey in no shoes, but it's like a part of the process. But don't go too deep. Stay here with us. We're here. So I'm aware of what I'm doing every day. Sometimes I work too much and I have to step back. Okay, Fabri, come back. Sometimes I like too much. Oh, I want a Lamborghini. I love it. But it's okay as long as you don't exaggerate. So, spirituality, yes, it's okay. But I believe also we were born with the spirituality, like we were born in spirit world. We are experiencing how can I say in English, a, a hurt experience, a territory experience. You know what I mean?
Herd mentality.
Hurt, yeah. So we're experiencing something, but we were born spiritual. I think so. That's
Yes,
my opinion.
definitely.
But be aware. We're here. Sit down. Just don't fly away. You know.
Yeah, some people
Okay.
take it too far for sure.
Yeah.
So going back to your career and your kind of business journey, so you went through a phase where you were just blowing up online, you were getting too many leads, more than you can handle, and then I guess you then set up your own real estate at that point, or how long has your business?
After 1 year, I opened my real estate company. This I will tell you later on, but I opened with my ex-business partner 1 year. It was Fabri Elite. But then something happened, and one day I will tell all the story, but now I cannot. Legally, I cannot. And I opened my own Fabrizia Elite Real Estate, exactly 1 year ago, in December.
Wow.
In December 1 year. But that was a big experience, guys. Really big experience. I learned a lot. I really touched the bottom. Really touched the bottom. But that's the moment when you realize you should not give up, 100%. Because some people, like, you can find during your journey, like, not nice people. But this is like, this experience, I call it, it's a gift from God that I learned.
Your eyes open.
Yes. Actually, here, I have a geisha and I have here a phoenix. And inside of the feathers, I put eyes. So I think you need to have eyes everywhere, especially in real estate. I think all over the world, but in real estate,
It's
you need
dog
to
eat dog, yeah.
Okay,
for
you
sure.
need to you need to read the people. You need to understand. And now I understand much more. Before I was more naive, 100%.
Do you think that it's harder being a woman in real estate, or easier?
I think it's easier to sell. I believe it's easier. It depends on which person.
Well,
The way you
I guess
see it.
real estate versus your own real estate company are two different things, because you can be
Yeah.
a good female real estate agent, but then to then set up your own company and be a leader and obviously manage people. How have you found that? And do you feel that maybe it's harder as a woman in some sense?
They sometimes they try to manipulate you more. They think they can manipulate, and women we are more sensitive, so we are more emotional. So sometimes we act with emotion instead of
Rationale, like
Yeah.
clear mind.
But I believe women, I think sometimes it's easier to sell because if you're beautiful, it's easier. However, I want to say something like sometimes real estate agents in Dubai, some people ruin our reputation because they use this job in a different way. You know, I want to say to women, use real estate as a real estate, nothing else. Don't sell yourself. I'm very honest. I'm very direct. Sell property, but don't sell yourself. So, but I believe what I wanted to say, women, yes, it all depends how you start to talk or you present yourself to the client. To me, it never happened, maybe once, that a client has started to flirt with me, but never happened because I present myself very strong from the Instagram or from the way I talk on the phone. Never, no one tried to flirt with me, never. So if a girl go to a meeting with the boobs out, with the shorts, and start to talk like, of course, that is ruin our reputation. That's how you're selling yourself. You don't sell real estate.
For you, it's more about how do you present yourself well?
Of course.
Definitely.
It's how you, like
how you present
men.
yourself.
Men, of course, they love beautiful women. If the beautiful woman come there very easy, of course, the man is like, okay, let me take a chance, It's very easy.
So you started your business or your newer business a year ago. And I know you mentioned that you've now kind of changed it to a way where it's more of a boutique agency,
Yes.
not about volume, more about quality. How did that kind of shift come in mind? You obviously had tested it, having lots of agents.
Exactly.
What do you think was missing? Like, what was the problem there?
So I think because I tested it for a year before, I had almost 50 agents. Sometimes you become a slave of your employees, which is very wrong. But the most important thing is it's not easy to find loyal people. It's not easy to find good agents. They're professional and they're knowledgeable, like they know everything. And my clients, my leads are very important to me. And I know that in that past year, I lost a lot of clients because some agents, they didn't even know how to talk. I'm very good. I'm a very nice person. So I gave a lot of chance to many people and then I give my clients and they lost. So my leads are very hot. Clients are very important, high ticket. So I will give only to people who really know how to treat them. So it's only few. 50 is just, no, it's old school. Trust me, you will see a lot of people, a lot of even agencies,
They're going to follow your
change.
method.
They're going to change, 100%. I know few already, they're changing.
And your Instagram bio, if anyone comes across, will see that you are a real estate, not just for high net worth individuals, but celebrities and a lot of people, athletes and so on. Did you ever have any pinch me moments along the way? Because obviously you're a fierce businesswoman, you are about your business and of course you want to sell, right?
Yes.
But did you ever have any moments where you were like, oh my God, this person reached out to me?
Like was too big person? Actually, I never got like, oh my God, I'm scared. But once I had a client, a son of the president of one nation, that I cannot say which nation, and I was in shock. I was like, whoa. And I was still working with the agency that I was working in the beginning, And I told to my boss and my manager, and it was like, oh, come on. And then the guy came to the office that they were in shock. So it was someone very, very, very much important. And of course, I had very important football players, very famous in Italy. They're still a loyal client to me. They bought a lot from me.
Very nice, very nice. And let's talk about your childhood a little bit, because obviously you grew up in Italy. The woman you are today, of course, is a very different version to the young lady in Italy. But how was life growing up in Italy? Because you obviously had the itch to travel. And a lot of people that I've met that are Italian, they say that in Italy there's not enough opportunity and they feel that they need to get out. And obviously when COVID happened, I think Italy was also hit first and the hardest. So how was life as a child in Italy?
Life as a child in Italy. I remember I was just waiting all year for the summer, for the 3 months holiday summer, because winter is super cold and I didn't like it. I always knew inside of me that I was not born to be in cold weather. Our school, it was like very bad, to be honest. You need to sit for several hours, just sitting. And I remember when I lived in Australia, for example, the school in Australia, they did a lot of things. They were teaching them how to cook, how to iron clothes. They were running a lot. In my school, it was just sitting.
Must be like a Europe thing, because in the UK it's the same as
But
that.
I didn't like. To be honest, I don't have such a beautiful moments, memories. To be honest, no, I have beautiful moments with my family. I have beautiful moments uh, during the time I was a ballerina. I started an academy. I used to train every day, 8 hours a day,
Wow.
plus the shows in the theater. So for me, I was always everything about dancing. And that's how I destroyed my body, destroyed completely. So how was like?
The reason why I ask
Yeah.
is because it's very interesting to me that sometimes your childhood can shape who you are. They say that the first 10 years of your life, we don't necessarily remember that much of it, but it actually plays to our subconscious and it plays on who we become. So maybe I was just trying to understand, was there something there that maybe inspired you to then be the successful woman that you are today?
That's what I told you before, because every time the teacher was telling to my mother, your daughter, she's not gonna make it this year. And then I made it. This year she's not gonna make it. And they were kept saying it. And I believe why now, today, I'm like, there is no option for me to fail. No option to fail at all. So, and that's why probably also why I'm showing so much on Instagram. I made it. I can make it because I want to show everyone. Even today, my mother, when she meets on the street the teachers, my mother tell them, "You see my daughter? You see my daughter? Do you see the other classmate? They're here. They don't do anything. Do you see my daughter? What she's doing?" So I think it's that. I think from that. So I believe I suffered a lot from that, a lot. I remember I was just feeling all the time small. And I was always even the shortest one. And I believe now I thank that moments as well. I thank those teachers because they pushed me who I am today.
It created the
Right.
fire inside
Yeah, a
to
lot.
kind of prove something.
Of course.
I was actually sitting with another guest on a different episode, and he was telling me as well, similar journey, where he was like, he had so many pinch me moments where, not pinch me moments, sorry, proving moments where someone would say, you can't do this. And he was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm going to prove you wrong. And that was the fire that kind of allowed him to think. So it's super interesting that there's a lot of kind of similarities with people that, achieve success. So Fabrizia, you've obviously come a long way from all those hardships in your life. What does now success mean to you at this point?
What now success? Be able to help people, like be able to, when I see my fans, followers, the way you want to call them, when I meet them on the street or in events, and they say to me, "You're my legend, you're my idol, thank you so much." Or it happened many times. They tell me, even 2 nights ago, I was at an event. This girl, she was working for this developer. She said, "I came 3 years ago in Dubai because I watched your videos from my country. And it happened a few times. Thanks to your video, I got inspired. I moved to Dubai." Or another girl the other day, she told me, "When I'm sad, I watch your videos and I come back to myself. Thank you." So for me, it's like, wow. And it's also a big responsibility. So this is, and also how success, also the fact that I'm running a company by myself, and one of the most hard city in the world, where everyone is right now, it's like everything is so fast here. You need to run. The
Yalla, yalla.
Yeah, the His Highness, he said in the video, I don't care, like if you're a gazelle or lion, if you wake up in Dubai, you better run. So you must run. And that's what we're doing, everyone here. So I think success is to make people happy and my employee happy, and we're making money. That's it.
You mentioned like earlier, like Dubai is almost home for you now. Like
course.
you feel it's home. Why do you think, like, what makes Dubai so special to you?
Because Dubai gave me my dream came true. Like in Dubai, I think it's the only city, it's the only place in the world where if you are determined and if you want something, if you have a dream, you can make it happen. 100%. If you hard work, you can make it happen. So I thank Dubai, I thank all the government. If you really work hard here, they really give you a bonus. They give you a life. They give you everything. You know that, right? And I got a golden visa because of my videos as well. Imagine.
Wow.
If you're in Italy, oh my gosh, they're just jealous. They just try to destroy you. Okay, even here it happened. They tried to destroy me, but competitors is fine, but it's different. But Dubai is amazing. The only thing about Dubai, I noticed in the past especially in the past year, a lot of people, they start to feel lonely. I think we're starting to lose our soul because we're working too much. And we need to try to come back in ourselves. But this is a topic that one day I want to talk about it.
Do you think work-life balance exists to be successful?
You're not the first one asking me recently this question. Work balance exists.
Because a lot of the younger generation, they want the Lambos and the Birkins and all these things, but then they don't necessarily want to put the work in for it. Or they don't want to go through the journey of how long it takes as well.
No, the young generation nowadays are lazy, I'm sorry to say. They're super smart because they're making money super young with online, crypto, e-commerce, selling courses. Nowadays, you need to make your hands dirty, you know? So I think the only thing with them is gonna be harder. Like if they need to change their job, I don't know if they be able to do it. So I think they're lazy. They're a bit lazy. This is the question you wanted to ask, or so? No, the question also regarding balance, success. It's very hard, but you can find it. It's very hard.
Like going back to the younger generation example, like I believe that like in entrepreneurship, there's never a break. You know, you're working 24/7. Even if you're not physically working, your mind is constantly ticking.
100%.
But some people, they just want to switch off at 5 o'clock and still be successful. But I argue that it's not really practical. It's not realistic.
For me, right now, I cannot switch off my phone. I cannot switch off my brain. Like every night, it's like because I have a lot going on to take care. It's hard. Even when I was in Italy in holiday, I'm just non-stop. And you need to be there for your employees as well. I think this is going to be soon. There's going to be a time that you need to switch off your phone. Normally on Sunday, I try to do it, but still not 100%. It's almost impossible.
Because you're hungry.
Right now, for example, they're calling me. Okay, let me stop it. Yeah, because... it comes naturally right now.
What keeps your hunger going though? Because you've obviously achieved.
I'm very ambitious. And my father, since I was a kid, he told me all the time, I want you to be independent. You need to be independent. Don't depend to anyone. Don't depend. And now he's super proud of me. And because he came here to visit me and he saw what I've been doing and what I'm doing. So I love to be... I don't want to say number one. I love to be...
the best you can be, the best version of yourself.
Yes, that's it.
And when you're obviously going through hardships, you've gone through hardships as well in your journey, like you said, even in real estate, or whether it was having surgery or in the years of ballerina. hardship, I often say, is what defines us. Because when we are in our moments of being low, we have a choice. We can either, lift ourselves up, or we can stay where we are, and be a victim of circumstance.
Bravo.
So how do you advise people that maybe are in that situation at the moment, where maybe they are at rock bottom, or they're struggling, or they don't see light at the end of the tunnel? What would you advise them?
I know it's very easy to say, don't give up, keep doing. I would say to them, I believe God always protect us. I feel like God always protect me all the time. I talk to Him. I believe if you are really always constant, keep going, trying. Let's say Imar. Do you think Himari became number one? He failed, I think, 15 times. You must keep going. If you fail, I kind of fail as well. It happened, but you need to keep going, trying. It's gonna be a time you're gonna win. It's always like that. And the more you fail, the more you get stronger, and the more God will give even more. So I know it's hard, and I can tell you myself, I touched the bottom. I was about to give up. It was very, very close to give up. But that is the moment actually when you realize, no, absolutely no. For me, it's more maybe because I want to show everyone I'm not going to fail. That's it. So I just keep going, because if you keep going and be determined, somehow you will rewarded. You will be rewarded, 100%. 100%.
Do you think you have thick skin? Like, do you care what people say about you online, offline?
No. Okay, I sometimes, I care about judgment, but mostly who people close to me. But from on social media, no, I don't care. Even since the beginning, I remember with my ex-boyfriend, my very, very first videos, I used to get very bad comments, very bad. But it's bad publicity is very good anyway. And he was like, "How you don't get upset?" I'm like, "Why? I don't give a shoot. Like, why? I don't care. I don't care at all. Zero. Thank you, actually. You make my algorithm going faster. But now, no, that doesn't happen so much at all. I receive a lot of very good comments.
When you were a ballerina, you probably performed as well, right?
Yes.
In front of lots of people. So you've almost been a performer since you were young.
Yes.
So maybe that helped as well.
Yes, and I still remember every time I was going to on the show in the theater, I was always super anxious. But it helped me even today to be in front of the camera. It helped me today to sit with you here with the podcast. So
when you're a ballerina, I've always wondered, like, when you're training like 8 hours a day, it must be extremely intense. Like, your feet are bleeding and stuff, or like, how crazy does it go?
If you see my toes, like everyone, they say I have beautiful feet, but for me, I'm like you can see I have signs. Like, no, when I do something, I go 100%. Even when I was going every day to this school academy, it was half hour walking to go there, even in winter time. And I didn't want anyone, even my father maybe could pick me up. I didn't want anyone to take me. I had a big bag. I wanted to go by walk and arrive there and then do my training and then come back home by myself. It's something that I always had in me, I think in Italy, we have a different... In Dubai, when I came at first, my ex used to tell me, don't work hard, work smart. In Italy, we learn to work hard. You need to suffer to work and everything. But here's like, work smart. Why you should do so much? Like, why you should do just, So I think at that time for me, if I don't suffer what I'm doing, it's because I'm not doing enough. That's what I think. You understand my point?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like, you're basically at a point where you want to give it your all, and or nothing at all.
Yes.
Yeah, understood.
100%.
And you mentioned that that helped you with the discipline. So like I always say as well, like, kids should really try and take sports or like certain things that teach them the values, because without that, it's very hard to learn it at a later age. Would you say that that's something that you would advise, like, for people with kids and stuff like that, they should definitely push them into that direction? Or do you think that that was too much? Like, do you ever look back at your ballerina career and think it's
Yeah,
too much?
actually, and then now I feel all the pain and the words. Now I feel all the ballerina pain. I one day if I have kids, of course, I would love if I have a daughter to do ballerina, but I think I don't wanna let her do it because it's really too much. I actually thought about this a few days ago. Maybe I will take her to do swimming because it's gonna be a beautiful body and discipline. It's good to, of course, to do. They need to study something, otherwise they become lazy. It's discipline. It's very important. You need to learn something. You need to, and the more they do, the more they also work their brain. So the capacity and everything. So when they grow up, they know they have the ability to do different things. Even for language, I will teach my kids to learn many languages as possible since they were kids, 100%.
I love that. That's a great skill.
Yeah.
I want to move on a little bit to the real estate side a little bit. If you were to describe the perfect agent, let's say we have a recipe, and this recipe is to create the perfect agent. What does that recipe look like?
The perfect agent. The perfect agent is study the market every day, be updated every day, because every day a lot of things are changing, and you don't need to know only about Dubai real estate. You need to know Dubai and the law of Dubai, and he has to be an executor, so professional, like very simple, work hard, know everything about Dubai, know everything about the area, know everything about the rules, know everything about off-plan, secondary market, because it's two completely different stuff, and loyal, honest. And not greedy. It's very important. You understand?
Yeah.
Because nowadays there is a lot of, yeah.
If you were to give young Fabrizia a bit of advice based on all the things that you've been through, what would you say to the young girl?
I would tell her, don't be scared. I know you have a lot of fears. I know you feel outside, like you don't feel fit in that kind of world that you're living right now. But everything happened for a reason. Just keep going. And look at me today. You're gonna make it. So keep going. Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Definitely. Yeah. And in terms of like the real estate side, you're a leader in your business, right? You're more than just an agent. You're also leading people, whether it's 50 agents or less. Yeah. What do you think makes a good leader, in your opinion? Because I'm sure you obviously had lots of experience.
It's not an easy job, huh?
Definitely.
Leader compared to a good leader is listen, like His Highness. He's an amazing leader, vision. So he listened the population. So you need to listen your employees. Of course with boundaries, but you need to listen. You need to be, like, His Highness, we find him on the tram to see what's going on, if it's working well or not. We find him on the restaurant, if it's okay. Like, we find him in the mall. So you need to be humble, not just giving order, you need to do. No. I think it's like, you just need to listen to your employees. That's it.
But you said that there was a point where you became a slave to your employees.
Because I was too nice. I was always saying yes, but then they always trying to be sneaky, I think.
What's the craziest story?
Craziest story? I will tell
you.
No
names.
No. Craziest story? I have a huge crazy story.
Give us one that you're happy to share. Maybe someone was disloyal to you. Because you know why? The reason why I'm asking is because there's lessons in these things?
Of course, but I have a big story to say, but I want to keep it for later on because, again, legally I cannot say
That's
it.
fine. Forget that one.
But I'm winning.
but let's say a story with agents or
With
someone who's maybe
agents.
disloyal to you, or maybe they didn't. You said you were too nice, right? So what could that look like?
For example, I had how can I say? I had an agent that he was lying on my face using excuse of his. It's very bad, by the way. Using his son, that his son he had a bad illness, and he told me some stuff. Oh, because my son he has disease, but it was not true. It was not true. Like, like you giving so negativity to your son in order for you to do something. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cheap. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, he was using his son, saying he was almost dying to get something from me. It's
Wow.
so bad, right? But I found out straight away. Anyway.
Does it ever make you lose hope in people? Or do you think that there's just a few bad people out there and you know how to now separate them?
Now I think I kind of know. I know, I can feel it because, again, I've been through a big, huge situation where I learn a lot. Of course, in this life, we are always student and teachers. We will learn till we die. But I learn a lot from this gift from God, and I can recognize much more. I am really big. There is a big difference from Fabrizia today till from 1 year ago, 100%. One day I will tell this story.
We'll wait
in the
for
next
that. Part
couple
two.
of months. In a couple of months, I will say I will prepare a very good podcast.
Perfect. And I want to talk about the art of sales a little bit because obviously real estate is sales. I come from a sales background as well, and I think that sales is the one skill that every entrepreneur needs to learn, because whether you're selling yourself, whether you're selling a business or whatever it is, you have to use those skills. Do you have any kind of things that you advise your agents when it comes to like sales techniques or what works today?
Today works a lot personal branding. It's very important. Personal branding. Of course, you need to have a knowledge, but today there's not even a strategy. It just I have an agent that he doesn't have a big brand, but he's so knowledgeable. He's so confident. You need to show that you're confident with the client. Sometimes maybe even if he asks you any question that you don't know, answer anyway, or answer with a question. So there is not like a strategy. There is not a rule how to be a real estate agent. Just always be updated, confident, show confident. And of course, if you have a good page on Instagram, it helps a lot. 100%.
Purely from a leads perspective, or do you think it's because
Trust. Because they know you're out there. Even developer, they trust me so much. Clients, they trust me. One of my agent, he closed a deal with one of my lead, and she said, by only WhatsApp, and she said, okay, I'm only closing deal with you only because I know Fabrizia. I follow her since a long time. So it's really, really important. Yeah.
And Fabrizia, what motivates you now?
What motivates me now? I don't know if it's like, I want more. I still didn't make it the way I want. I want more. I want to give more to my family. I want to give more to my family. That's the most important thing for me. I have few goals that I want to reach, and then I maybe could say, yes, I did it. But I know myself, I want to always more. I'm a very ambitious person, very ambitious.
Are your family like that as well? Like, do you have any siblings?
I have one brother 1 year older than me. We're very different, similar but different. I think I took this entrepreneur part from my father, and very strong character from my mother. Yes, I think. Yeah.
Let's talk about health. You're
Health.
a very in shape
Okay.
woman, right? And we talk about health, and you had your surgery, and I'm sure in that time you probably valued your health a bit more. Is that something you take care of a lot? Do you focus a lot on health? I know we were speaking off camera about wellness retreats and things like this. Do you like do you recommend things like that? Do you recommend people always stay in health, like focus on their health to persevere?
Of course, it's very important, but my days, my friend, she's here, she knows. My days are so busy that it's so hard to find time. I know they say, oh, you can just go, wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, go to the gym. I don't understand these people that they wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, they do the eyes in the face, and then they routine and this and this. I like to have my slowly morning, have my coffee and everything, and reply my emails. I have so much work right now, and now it's high season. It's crazy. Of course, when I have time, I go to the gym. This morning, I went to the gym, okay? It's very important. Yes, it helps. Gym helps. If you can, go. And it's very important, I believe, because in real estate, you always, with too many people, you meet a lot of people, a lot of energy. So it's very important also to find time for your own self, to recharge. I find myself, for example, my phone never stops, 1 second. I found myself that I need sometimes time for myself. It recharge. It's really, really important. And also, of course, try to avoid sugar too much, even though I eat sugar anyway. But I try to avoid carbs in the night. When you eat carbs in the night, in the morning, your brain doesn't work. It's so slow. So I think routine is very important. However, I know real estate agents, they know it's very hard for us because our field is very dynamic. It's not like one day, every day you wake up at this time and you have this and this and this. Every day, like sometimes you wake up in the morning, oh, I don't have anything. And then suddenly you have 10 meetings. So we don't have a routine, but I try my best, of course.
I like that because a long time ago, 20, 30 years ago, it was all about the cliche things of follow this, follow this, follow this, follow this. But then over the years, I think people realized that people are different and what may work for one person may not work for another person. So that's what I wanted to know. Has your ambition affected your personal life in any way, in your relationships or the sacrifices that you make? Because if I said to you, I could trade all your success for a lovely husband and kids, would you switch?
Completely.
Really?
No.
You would not?
No, completely no. I think I should. Why a woman should switch off completely herself to be a mother, not just a mother. I believe. Yes, I think I've been for a long time in a survival mode. So being in a survival mode meaning I've been in my masculine side. So that's probably why it's a bit hard for me to find a man. In the end of the day, I'm a woman that I want to be in my feminine side. I want to come back home and remove this mask and just, okay, I'm just a girl. Like, I want to have a man that send me flowers. I don't ask too much. But I don't know if men that get intimidate from me.
Intimidated.
I don't know what is that. It's that, but yes, one day I want to have kids. Yes, one day I want to have my man. I'm sure it's coming soon. It's there. Hi, come on. Hurry up, baby. But of course I want. And I'm sure when it's going to happen, I will slow down the way I'm working because if I have, like, for example, I didn't have kids till now because I didn't find the right man. And I don't want to have kids when just randomly. A lot of women, they do that just to have kids. Oh my God, I need to have kids. I'm getting old. No. And then you don't have time, and then they don't have a father. So when I found the right man, I will have a kids. Everything come naturally. I will slow down. Maybe I will have 5 nannies. I don't know.
Dubai, anything is possible.
Exactly. In Dubai, everything is possible. But of course, I want to give time to my kids as much as I can. And I know it's going to happen in the right time. But I will never stop my business. No.
So would you say that everything you've sacrificed, you are happy with? No regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets. Why? No. Whatever I did, even if it was not good at that time, I think it made me who I am today. Of course. I don't regret anything. Even this big experience, the past year that happened to me, I was so scared at the beginning. I was like, why did I do that? Why I trust so much? Now I'm like, wow. Like, thank you, God. You really changed me. I see life differently. I see the world different. It's scary how bad things can help you. So, of course, no. I don't regret anything.
Love that. Final question. You obviously have a lot of young women following you that, like you said, they meet you in real life. They come to you. They're like, you're my idol. I want to be just like you. Where do you tell them to begin? Like, what's the first thing that you would advise them? Let's say they've watched to the end of this podcast and they want one thing that they can hold on to as a woman, particularly. Let's forget the men for a second and let's focus on women. What would you say is your message to them that you are an example of? They say, I want to be like you.
Yeah, a lot of maybe they say, I want to be like you. I think they shouldn't think like that. I think everyone has his uniqueness. Everyone is unique. Everyone has something for sure. So you need to find your way and don't scroll too much on TikTok, Instagram. Oh, I want to be like them. I post a lot, but I never scroll. Because even when I started my real estate company, I remember I was about to start and I was scrolling and I was seeing all those companies. Oh my God, they're doing it great. I'm like, no. And you get scared, you get fear. No, just really. I know it sounds so banal, but keep investing yourself. Work in yourself, meaning make video, learn new things, study, just keep doing it because you're gonna be in your high vibration, and this high vibration, you will attract what you want and everything will come. That's what happened to me. When I start to realize I invest everything on myself, with the videos, with a lot of things, everything was just coming. Boom, 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 boom. So don't chase around. And the more you focus on yourself, you don't need to knock any door. People will come to you. That's it.
Do you believe in the law of attraction?
Of course. Yes.
When was the first time that you felt that, wow, this is real?
When the client, you mean when I felt I made it?
When you felt either you made it or you felt that the law of attraction is real, like, because a lot of people don't believe in it.
This long time ago, when I was in Australia, it was 2011, in England first actually. One of my friends, she told me, I started my spiritual journey. She told me, write down in your diary anything you want, even the super, like anything you want. I wrote it down, everything, and everything happened. Everything. So I started to think, wow. And even nowadays, sometimes I'm scared of myself. Like, I think about something and then happen. I think about someone that doesn't message me for a long time and then after 5 minutes message me. I believe everyone can have a strong potential. You just need to be connected to yourself, and then you can use this potential. You can use this power, So we're all powerful. You just need to know how to use it.
Fabrizia, thank you so much. Honestly, it's been an honor. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Any final message for those that love you, watch you?
Thank you.
Maybe your tattoo.
My tattoo. Be you, of course. Be yourself. Because if you be yourself, you're going to make it 100%. Because God made you. So if God made you, it means you're here to live this life, and mean you can be a winner like everyone. Everyone is a winner at the end of the day. So don't worry, just keep going and you can make it. And life is beautiful.
Thank you so much, Fabrizia.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you on the next episode.